Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody doing well. I'm doing pretty good on this side. Can't really complain. God is good. God is great as always. And we here, okay, in this corner boxing 24. So, yeah, man, I'm going to get into this past Saturday. I was having some issues with my phone, so I'm posting pretty late, but because I meant to get on here right after the fight, or at least Sunday, but I had little issues. But I'm gonna talk about it today. So the featherweight fight between Brandon, the heartbreaker Figueroa, and Carlos Castro. It was a featherweight fight, 126, and Brandon Figueroa, his last fight was in November when he lost to my man, Cool Boy Stephen Fulton, okay, by unanimous decision, even though the judges played games and said it was a majority decision. Majority decision meaning that two judges scored it for Stephen Fulton, and one judge, the third judge scored it a draw. That's a majority decision. But it wasn't a majority decision, man. He won that fight unanimously. You know, Brandon Figueroa is a busy fighter. He throws a lot of punches. He's tall. He got long reach. He throws a lot of punches, but they all didn't land against Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph was moving. He was blocking a lot of his shots, and he was tagging him. He was hitting him. You know what I'm saying? And if he would have moved even a little bit more and boxed a little bit more, he wouldn't even hit him with some of the shots that he did. But he definitely outpointed him, outpunched him. Like, it was not no, it definitely was a majority decision, but the judges played game, you know? So here he comes back at 126 now, because he said 122 was getting a little too hard for him to make the weight anyway. He's growing, his body's getting bigger, his frame, everything like that. So now he's campaigning at 126. Gonna be rough for him at 126 though, because Cool Boy Steph is a little dude, short, and he's totally outboxed him. So at 126, he's definitely going to have issues at 126, Brandon Figueroa. He had issues in the fight Saturday with Carlos Castro. Carlos Castro was actually doing good. He was using his jab, he was using his distance, he kept him on the outside, you know what I'm saying? Orthodox fighter, he was doing pretty good, man. But then he got lackadaisical, man. He got lazy, he got sloppy, and next thing you know, the tides turned, man, and Brandon Figueroa won the fight. Now, there was a 6-round stoppage. But before the stoppage, they scored a knockdown for Brandon Figueroa that wasn't a knockdown. And when you saw the replay, you knew it wasn't a knockdown. He was on the ropes, and he slipped and he fell on the canvas. Wasn't hurt, it wasn't no punch right before it, none of that. And they scored that a knockdown. And when you see the replay, you're like, come on, man. That wasn't a knockdown. So they scored a knockdown for him, right? I think that was probably the third round. It was either the third or the fourth round. And then in the 6th round, Carlos Castro had Brandon Figueroa on the ropes. He was tapping him with uppercuts, hitting him with straight lefts, with punches, and he was doing pretty good. And then suddenly, Brandon Figueroa spins off the rope, gets him on the rope. He's standing there. Now he's off the rope. They're in front of each other like this. The rope is here. They're in front of each other like this. And then Castro voluntarily kept going until he was on the rope. Instead of moving out, he stayed on the rope, stayed in like this, then pushed himself onto the rope. And then Brandon Figueroa starts teeing off on him. Next thing you know, he stops him. I'm saying to myself, how did you let yourself go from having him on the ropes, beating him, to him getting off the ropes, y'all in front of each other, and you pivoted, instead of pivoting outward, put him back on the rope, or at least come back in the center of the ring, or midway, You push yourself right back onto, you push yourself onto the rope, and he stops you. Even though I still say it was an early stoppage, I still say it was a bad stoppage because he wasn't hurt like that. He could still fight. You could tell. Ref said somebody was hitting him over here or a little too close to the collarbone or something like that. Man, stop that crap, man. He could still fight, man. He was still able to fight. That was an early stoppage. You already scored a knockdown. It wasn't real. Then you scored a stoppage of the fight. That shouldn't have happened. So Carlos Castro got a bad decision all around the board Saturday, but part of it is his issue, man. It's part of it is his problem because he didn't do what he was supposed to do, man. You know, you got to keep Brandon Figueroa in the middle of the ring, and when you got that reach, you keep him at a distance, man, and you make him come in, and then you counter him. That's how you fight a dude like that throws a lot of punches. You jab and counter, jab, counter, uppercuts. Like, he was doing pretty good. He just abandoned the plan. And, I'm going to be honest, man. It's going to be hard for Brandon Figueroa at 126. It's going to be hard. He lucky Shakur ain't there because Shakur would eat him up. Shakur is up in 130 now. So you better be glad for that because he damn sure will have a problem. He's coming at the right time, I guess. But I still think he going to have a problem at 126. Okay, but yeah, man, we got these judges, man. They got to do better, man, in these fights with these early stoppages, man. It's not cool, okay? And when you watch the fight over, as I'm gonna watch it over, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They got to be more discreet, man. They got to be more careful. Not discreet. They got to be more careful about how they score these. They got to be more precise, man, about how they score these how they determine these stoppages, man, in these fights, man. These are these dudes' livelihoods, and it's their way to get from one fight to another and one status to another. They going up, man. Like, that was bad, man. That was really bad, man. It shouldn't have happened. Okay? Again, I'm not impressed with Brandon Figueroa. I know how he fights. He throws a lot of punches. And he tries to get you when you're on the ropes. And he just throwing like he did with Schoolboy Step. Schoolboy Step was blocking a lot of that stuff. He was making a miss. He was ducking. He was bobbing, weaving. And he was throwing his shots. And people had the nerve to say it was a close fight. Come on, man. And he even said that. Oh, I did enough to win. No, you didn't, man. And you know better than that. And if your trainer, who's your father, was honest, he would tell you, man, listen, you lost that fight. You did good, son, but you got outpointed. Cool Boy Steph really outboxed you, okay? So you lost to a champion. You ain't really got nothing to feel bad about. But if you're not honest with yourself and you're not honest with, and the people that's around you is not honest, they're not helping you. You know what I'm saying? Especially in boxing. You got to be honest with people. Because then what happens is you get into another fight and then you take a bad loss. And then it's like, oh man, yeah, well, this is what you didn't get to work on. Because you thought you won the other fight. You know what I'm saying? And you really didn't. So you could have worked on something. You could have admitted that you didn't win. And then say, you know what, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to work on that. But if you just thought you won, oh man, you good. You settled. And then you get into the next fight and you lose. So, that's how boxing goes, man, right? Man, I tell you, man. That was but one thing I will say, I give Brandon Figueroa his props as far as he do come to fight. Okay, he throws punches. He ain't afraid to throw his punches. He comes forward. Yeah, he do come to fight. I will say that he looks in shape, and I definitely can't take that away from him. But I just don't like the bad stoppages, the bad decisions, the knockdown that really didn't happen. Boxers, these refs got to do better. These judges have to do better because boxing, man, is trying to rebound from the COVID. Had a little lapse, man, with that, and now it's coming back, man. And the politics, man, the politics in boxing, man, is something else, man. So that's what I really got, man. In this corner boxing 24, and we here, Please subscribe to the page. If you have any comments, whether it's nay or yay, let me know. Just keep it respectful, okay? I don't know everything. But I do know some things, and if I'm wrong about something, I'll correct myself. If it's about a fighter, if it's about his record, if it's about his belts or the division, anything, man, I have no problem admitting I'm wrong, all right? Because I'm not perfect. But I do have a little bit of knowledge in the boxing game. I know a little bit of things. I know a few things, part of me, and I try to speak what I know. I speak on what I know. And if I don't know it, I won't say it. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to let you know. All right, I made a mistake. I made an error. I'll come back on and do it once I see that, because I watch my videos over. So that's what I do. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Everybody be safe out there. COVID, wear your mask. COVID is still here, like I always say. I wear my mask everywhere I go. I don't play games, right? I don't want people coughing on me, sneezing on me. And that's pretty much it, all right? In this corner boxing 24. Peace.